Hi there, my name is Amanda Peters. I'm with Eau Claire County Land Conservation, and I am standing in front of our 10-foot wide Great Plains no-till drill that we have available for farmers to rent in the county. Today I want to talk about two settings that you can make adjustments to that will affect your seed planting depth. Now, it's important that you have the proper seeding depth set on this as you go to make sure that your seed is placed where it needs to be and you are setting yourself up for a successful planting. It's important to remember that the soil conditions unique to your farm and even within a field as you go are going to affect how this goes into the ground surface and where it places the seed. It's also important that you get out and take a look periodically as you're setting it up and also as you are going across your field planting to see where it is actually putting that seed in the ground and making sure that it's at the adequate depth. All right, so to begin, let's take a look at what a row unit looks like on this drill. Up front, we have a leading coulter. We have the wavy coulter on our drill, and this is what's going to cut through your residue and make a groove in the soil that will pave the way for your double disc openers. We're up here at the front of the drill looking at the knob that controls the depth of the wavy coulters. The knob is behind this gearbox here. It's kind of hidden behind it. Each full rotation of the knob will adjust the coulters 1/4 of an inch. If you go clockwise, it adjusts them deeper. Counterclockwise adjusts them shallower. And this graphic right here on the gearbox reminds you of which way to go. As you're in the field adjusting your coulters, you want to make sure that they are set deep enough so they are completely cutting through the residue on the soil surface and just starting to work the soil surface. If you have the control knob set as deep as it goes and conditions are very dry, you're not getting adequate cutting through all of the residue. You can also add tractor weights to this bracket in the front here. Make sure that you add your weights equally on both sides and no more than 1,500 pounds maximum. Next in line for the row unit, we have the double disc openers. These are going to actually create the slice in the soil and create the seed trench that your seed is going to be placed into. This front tube here, this is where the seed from the main box comes down, and this seed is actually placed in between the double disc openers, so the seed from the main box goes in the seed trench. These other two tubes here, this one is for the native box and this one is for the small seed box, and you can see these actually get outletted on the ground behind the double disc openers. Last in line on the row unit, we have the press wheels. Now, this press wheel is going to accomplish two things. The first is that it's going to close your seed trench and then push any seeds that you have laying on the soil surface into the ground just a little bit. But two, the range of motion that you have this set to is going to actually affect how deep your double disc openers go into the ground. Now, how you adjust that is with this T-handle on top here. You can see there's quite a bit of adjustment on this T-handle. All the way forward is shallow. If you move it backward, that'll set your discs deeper. And each rock back and forth that you adjust this will change the depth of your discs by 1/4 of an inch. You're going to want to make sure that you have these T-handles set evenly across the entire drill. And you also want to make sure to get out and take a look after you have this set that your double discs are operating at the correct depth into the ground. In review, there are two adjustments that you are going to make on this drill that will affect your seeding depth. The first, you're going to use the knob in the front to adjust the leading wavy coulter, and then you are going to use the T-handle in the back to adjust the depth of the double disc openers. Again, I want to stress the importance of getting off the tractor while you're setting it up and as you're planting your field to make sure that the seed is being placed exactly where you want it in the ground. Here's an example of when the drill was set up for the wrong soil conditions, and you can see how big and deep this seed trench is. This farmer was planting grass into this trench. Can you imagine what would have happened if he didn't check out the settings and just planted? He would have had a failure for sure. Hopefully this gives you a good starting point on how to make adjustments to this drill so you put your seed in the ground where you want it and have a successful planting. Thanks for watching and happy planting.